Opportunities never come a second time, nor do they wait for our leisure. A whining crying race may be pitied but seldom respected. To be one with God is to be like God. Our real religious striving then, should be to become one with God, sharing with Him in our poor humble way His qualities and attributes. The happiest people are those who do the most for others. The most miserable are those who do the least. The thing to do when one feels sure that he has said or done the right thing and is condemned, is to stand still and keep quiet. If he is right, time will show it. It is important and right that all privileges of the law be ours, but it is vastly more important that we be prepared for the exercise of those privileges. No man, who continues to add something to the material, intellectual and moral well-being of the place in which he lives, is left long without proper reward. In my contact with people, I find that, as a rule, it is only the little, narrow people who live for themselves, who never read good books, who do not travel, who never open up their souls in a way to permit them to come into contact with other souls, with the great outside world. It means a great deal, I think, to start off on a foundation which one has made for oneself. The great human law that in the end recognizes and rewards merit is everlasting and universal. I shall never permit myself to stoop so low as to hate any man. Nothing ever comes to me, that is worth having, except as the result of hard work. Education is not a thing apart from life, not a system, nor a philosophy, it is direct teaching how to live and how to work. I will permit no man to narrow and degrade my soul by making me hate him. I began learning long ago that those who are happiest are those who do the most for others. My experience has been that the time to test a true gentleman is to observe him when he is in contact with individuals of a race that is less fortunate than his own. A race, like an individual, lifts itself up by lifting others up. Success is not to be measured by the position someone has reached in life, but the obstacles he has overcome while trying to succeed. In the long run, the world is going to have the best, and any difference in race, religion, or previous history will not long keep the world from what it wants. In all things social we can be as separate as the fingers, yet one is the hand in all things essential to mutual progress. Instead of studying books so constantly, how I wish that our schools and colleges might learn to study men and things. Those who have accomplished the greatest results are those who never grow excited or lose self-control, but are always calm, self-possessed, patient, and polite. Success always leaves footprints. Success is not to be measured so much by the status one has attained in life but rather by the obstacles one has overcome while trying to succeed. To young, inexperienced minds there seems to be a kind of fatal charm about the vague, the distant, and the mysterious. It takes no more time to be polite to everyone than it does to be rude. The study of art that does not result in making the strong less willing to suppress the weak means little. One of the highest and surest signs of civilization is that a people have learned to obey the commands of those who are placed over them. The one thing that is most worth living for, and dying for, if need be, is the opportunity of making someone else happier and more useful. Education is not what a person is able to hold in his head, so much as it is what a person is able to find. Then very few persons have any idea of the large number of applications for help that rich people are constantly being flooded with. If you can't read, it's going to be hard to realize dreams. Dignify and glorify common labor. It is at the bottom of life that we must begin, not at the top. We do not want the men of another color for our brothers-in-law, but we do want them for our brothers. You measure the size of the accomplishment by the obstacles you have to overcome to reach your goals. A lie doesn't become truth, wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good, just because it's accepted by a majority. If you are milking cows and feel that you know all that there is to be known about it, you have simply reached the point where you are useless and unfitted for the work. Among a large class, there seemed to be a dependence upon the government for every conceivable thing. The members of this class had little ambition to create a position for themselves, but wanted the federal officials to create one for them. I early learned that it is a hard matter to convert an individual by abusing him, and that this is more often accomplished by giving credit for all the praiseworthy actions performed than by calling attention alone to all the evil done. In order to be successful in any undertaking, I think the main thing is for one to grow to the point where he completely forgets himself, that is, to lose himself in a great cause. In proportion as one loses himself in this way, in the same degree does he get the highest happiness out of his work. How many times I wished then and have often wished since, that by some power of magic, I might remove the great bulk of these people into the country districts and plant them upon the soil, upon the solid and never deceptive foundation of Mother Nature, where all nations and races that have ever succeeded have gotten their start, a start that at first may be slow and toilsome, but one that nevertheless is real. Success waits patiently for anyone who has the determination and strength to seize it.